20 April 2023, and today I want to look at the interview that was held today by CCC President Nelson Chamisa, who spoke to Blessing Mhlanga, and this was on YouTube, Hearts and Soul TV, and Chamisa has managed today to address a lot of questions that have been raised over the past few weeks, and he has brought to rest a number of topics. I want to quickly run through the key issues, and Chamisa has done very well in this interview. He has answered the issues of internal issues on the structures of the CCC. He has answered issues to do with the election, and he has answered his critics such as Hopo Chingono, Ibo Mandaza, and Trevor Ncube. He has also spoken on the allegations that he is part of the gold mafia. So let us quickly look at these issues in less than 10 minutes. So Chamisa spoke of the problems in Zimbabwe, and he said poverty is everywhere. That is the biggest problem in Zimbabwe, which he said is caused by the leadership of President Mnangagwa and corruption. He said poverty is now everywhere in the country, and this is because there is a mafia for everything: platinum mafia, gold mafia, chrome mafia, petrol mafia. So Chamisa attributed the problems in Zimbabwe to poor leadership, and also he said he's not responsible for the gold mafia. So people should not say, why is Chamisa quiet? He addressed the issue that he is seen in some court documents as a lawyer for one of the people who are accused of being in the gold mafia. And Chamisa said the person who was the advocate there was Advocate Tavani Mpofu, and he was not the principal advocate on the case. Then in terms of the structures of the CCC, Chamisa said the party is going to win the elections. They've got a footprint everywhere in the country. He said people like Ibo Mandaza, they have never believed in the CCC, so no one should listen to what they say about the CCC. He said Hopo Chingono, he has got his own opinion about anything in the CCC, but it doesn't mean that that's the truth. So the CCC is not dead, it's alive and kicking. And then in terms of why the cities are not doing well, Chamisa said the problem is that devolution has not been implemented. Everything is being controlled from the office of President Mnangagwa, including the buying of tissues. And then in terms of tweeting of verses, Chamisa said he's never going to stop tweeting Bible verses, because before he's a politician, he's a Christian. And if people want to see political messages or the political position of the CCC, they should go to the platforms of the CCC, because his particular Twitter handles, that his personal places where he puts his opinions. Then when it comes to many opposition parties coming up, Chamisa said there is only two opposition parties, that is ZANU-PF and CCC. The rest, they are free to form the opposition parties, but they will not go anywhere. He also spoke about Trevor Ncube and said Trevor Ncube once supported Dr. Nkosana Moyo, and now he's supporting Chapman. So he's not going to listen to advice from someone who has even been an advisor to his opponents, like President Mnangagwa. Then he spoke about the military, and he said that in this coming election, the CCC is going to win, and he expects the military to uphold the constitution. And he said, although a few individuals have spoken against the CCC and the opposition in the past, he expects that in this particular election, the military will respect the will of the people, because the ballot leads the bullet. And he said this time, it's President Mnangagwa who's going to go to court. President Mnangagwa is afraid of the elections, and that's why he's sending Monzora to go to court to try and delay the elections, or to try and defer the election. Then in terms of the delimitation report, Chamisa said, although it's a faulty document, it's not so bad that you have to stop the election because of it. And he says there are other issues, other reforms that have not been implemented, but the preparation for the election continues. These things won't stop the CCC from winning the elections. And specifically, he spoke of the diaspora vote, electronic voters roll, voter registration, and transitional mechanisms. He says these are important. These are fundamental reforms, but he's going to win while all these things are like this. Then he spoke at great length on the selection processes of his candidates. He says the process is ongoing. It's an internal process of the CCC, and it doesn't have to publicize everything that is happening to all the people. And those people who don't believe that the CCC has got it, they are not on their side. The people who understand, who are on the side of the CCC, they understand what's going on. He says that there are over 2,000 candidates who have been nominated for MP, over 10,000 candidates who have been nominated for positions of councillors. I'm not sure about the senators, but he said 10,000 for councillors. He says when it comes to job scholar, he is not opposed to job scholar like Hopo Chimono has indicated. The family of job scholar is well taken care of. And he says it's mischievous to say the family is not being taken care of. He said his party, the CCC, took job scholar from MDC 99, the wilderness, out of love and brought him into the mainstream. So there's no way that he would be against job scholar. And people who are speaking in this manner are speaking propaganda. And he said that the people who arrested job scholar as RPF, and it's not CCC. So people should not be speaking so much against him over the issue of job scholar. Then, as he said, he is not contested. There's no one else who's been nominated for CCC president except for Nelson Chamisa. So these are the key issues or the key points from the interview that was held by Nelson Chamisa with Blessing Hlanga today. Thank you very much for watching. You can go and watch the full interview on Hearts and Soul TV. But I'm very, very impressed by the way that Chamisa handled this interview. I think he's covered all the key issues, and we're going to see as we go forward. But I think the CCC is quite strong under the leadership of Nelson Chamisa. He's got a few issues to deal with, but he's able to explain himself in great detail when questioned about the strategy of the CCC. Thank you very much, and